Giant gorillas, angry tomatoes and psycho bums. They're just a few of the outlandish and hilarious things that you're going to encounter in an Andy Griffiths book. His outrageously fun tales have helped millions of kids all over the world unlock a whole new world of imagination.
And just in time for Book Week, he has a new adventure with the release of the second story in his You and Me series. Andy Griffiths joins us live in the studio. Hi, Andy.
Hey.
So it's called You and Me and the Peanut Butter Beast.
Yes.
OK, what can we expect from this story?
Well, we find a deep hole in the forest, you and me, and you want to know how deep it is, and you jump into the hole, which was very silly, but I had to jump in after you. We then fell down 4 further holes and found a big peanut butter beast at the bottom. And we were covered in peanut butter because we'd been eating it down on our way down the hole.
But then I would think that would make you totally delicious to the peanut butter beast.
Exactly, yes. This is not an adventure for the faint of heart or the delicate of stomach, because we actually end up in his stomach, or its stomach.
In the beauty and the chaos that is your mind, what comes first in this story? Is there a beast that's down a hole, or is there a hole and we don't know what's down the bottom?
No, it's a hole.
Yeah, right.
In fact, the whole series, we had the first book last year, Land of Lost Things, but it started with just a paragraph. I was teasing the kids in a talk one day, and I said, I've got a story about you. You remember the time we were walking through the forest and we found that hole and you jumped in and I jumped in after you, and they were all there, and then what happened? And I said, I have no idea. But
right, that's where it comes from,
totally focused. So now I have to think, what is at the bottom? And I work with Bill Hope, who has a wild imagination visually, and he supplies pictures, and off we go.
Wow.
And Jill, my wife and editor, is part of that process as well.
Larry...
Going yes, no, yes, no.
And do you always listen?
Most of the time.
Most of the time, good.
She didn't think a book about runaway bums would appeal to very many people. And I love saying 3 million copies later.
Yeah, that's right.
Larry mentioned your incredible mind, but I did ask you just before we came on, do kids give you feedback? How do you get that feedback and where do you get it? And do you ever take it on board, and has it ever appeared in a book?
I do. I listen really carefully to the kids. When a book comes out, they are telling you what they liked, what they didn't like, where they want you to go.
Yeah.
And I was silly peanut butter beast. And I listened carefully. They said, I want to be in the book. So I said, right, you can be you and me. When we were doing the Treehouse series, they were all yelling levels at me. I want this, I want that. I want a ninja snail training academy. And I was like, so do I. I'll note that down. And I gave that to Terry Denton. He drew the ninja snails. And then I have to work out, how is that going to be incorporated in the story? How will they help us? And in this case, they deliver the book to the publisher at the end, although it takes 100 years because they're snails. So we had to stop time. And so a book is a series of interconnected problems. You solve one, you create another, and that's why it takes us a year. But it's a joyful puzzle, and the kids are like, come on, come on. And so,
yeah, obviously you're not a fan of that, the Kindle concept or the device concept, and you still want kids to pick up the physical book. And we see that it's Book Week, of course.
Yes.
You must love seeing that connection still exists.
Absolutely. It's a really joyous time, and kids are still into books, and they prefer the paper books, to my surprise. But I guess not to my surprise too, because I like Kindle if I'm out travelling and I don't want to carry around a big heavy book. But there's something about the paper. You know where you are. It's always waiting for you. When I'm at home, that's my real home, is the book that I'm reading. So I think you can have everything. And one of the techniques I use to get through big books is to get the audio book, so I can listen to a few chapters while I'm driving somewhere, and then I have the paper book at home, and it just helps me get through pages a lot faster.
More time, that's interesting.
Yeah.
We know that you have lots of ink on you. Is it true that one of the characters from from this is on your palm?
It is. We have our nemesis is Johnny Knucklehead, who has a knuckle head. And after
Hold it up for us into the camera, yeah.
There's Johnny. Is he coming?
Yes,
Oh, yeah, he's there.
Wow.
My finger's slightly busted at the moment, but whoops.
There we are, that's
There
it.
he is. We thought it'd be funny to get his face tattooed on my palm.
The kids must love that.
Yes, yeah, he appears in all the photos with me now. It wasn't so funny getting it, as
Oh,
I'm
yeah, that looks-
sure you would understand.
Well, my last tattoo was here on the show on my backside.
Yes, yeah.
And it was painful for me, but more painful for Kylie because she had to watch it. But I might get your face on my palm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you're
Maybe
not...
workshop that a bit.
When you're not
Andy,
here.
You know what I've got?
Yeah, I'm going to take that back.
It's a rocket. Oh, yes. That's me and Terry and Jill in our dot-to-dot rocket blasting off to the moon.
Beautiful.
And I often say to Jill, hey, look, I love you so much. I've got your face tattooed on my arm. And she says, yeah, but you've got your own face tattooed.
We love
So
it,
good to see
Andy.
you,
The
mate.
new book is called You and Me and the Peanut Butter Beast. Did Kraft or Bega come on board as a sponsorship? You should have.
Bega is well on board, and there'll be special monogrammed labels out in October. Yeah.
I was just joking, but look at that.
Yeah,
Wow.
jokes have a way of coming true in my world.
I might write a book about Tiffany.
You should do that. Yes, why don't you?
You've given me a great idea.
Mate, always good to see you.
I want 10%.
Kylie and Tiffany, a love story.
Kylie and Tiffany spotted out with the peanut butter monster.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Andy.
mate. It's so good to see
Thank
you.
you.